All right. So we have,
Okay, hold on just a
see,
second.
we've got documentation of 3 people there.
I'll turn down the volume. All right, technical difficulties. Ready?
Yep.
Hi, my name is Debbie Barland-Smith, and this is a speech about a life experience that has definitely changed my life. And today I'm going to share the experience about my father and how he's changed my life. My father obviously has been a very large role model in my life, and when he had contracted a very rare cancer, the cancer obviously has definitely made an impact in my life. So the story is going to be about that experience. How has cancer defined my life? My outlook on my life and my faith, this experience has definitely changed the inner portion of me. It's been a metanoia experience. My father and I have had a very rough relationship as I was growing up as a young adult, and this cancer definitely has changed our outlook and our experience in a relationship. When my father got sick, at first the experience, like what's wrong with him, he contracted a small rash, thought it was hives, thought it was something like shingles, and so for several weeks as the rash continually got worse, we thought it was nothing, but by the time that it just continually progressed, we knew something was wrong. My sister works for a radiologist and a cardiologist down in Minnesota, and so she contacted her supervisor, and her supervisor made an impact in her life that obviously has saved his life. He was able to get my father into the Mayo Clinic in Rochester within 3 days. Upon him getting into the Mayo Clinic, he was diagnosed with a very rare cancer called angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma, which is terminal. My father has had cancer in every organ of his body, his blood, his bones, his brain, pancreas, liver. And so the cancer literally devoured him within weeks. And so watching my dad, who's 6'3", 180 pounds, go down to 80 pounds within 3 weeks, it was extremely devastating for me. Obviously, our relationship was strained, but I still made an impact trying to take care of him daily. Some of the sacrifices that I made at that point in time, I dropped out of college, dropped out of several things that I was involved in order to take care of my father, but those sacrifices wasn't what changed my life. What changed my life is what the cancer did to our family. And it necessarily wasn't a devastation, but it was something that all of us had a change of heart. The biggest thing that impacted me through this whole thing was watching my father struggle through so many things. The radiology, the chemotherapy, the things that it did to his body, it ate him inside out. He had open sores, his tongue had a hole the size of a 50-cent piece that he couldn't even speak or eat. Just watching him in that much pain, I think, changed my heart within myself, and knowing that I needed to reconnect with him in a way before he left, before he passed on. My mother is a prayer warrior, so she was on her knees, and I watched her every day on her knees praying her rosary and just asking God to give us some more time with him. And my sisters and I all connected, and then all of a sudden the community came. So the cancer started out obviously within my dad, but it brought a community together to help another individual pass on. Well, as my dad was going through the chemotherapy, he told me, honey, I want to become an organ donor. And when we went to the doctor, Dr. Nowakowski said that because the cancer was in every part of his body, he couldn't be an organ donor. But he said there is a way that you can be able to help others. He said, how about if I put you on a case study? There's a drug, it might work, we'll try it. If not, you can impact other people. So my father was put onto a case study in Rochester, and the drug that he was given started, obviously it brings your body down to the lowest point of death to kill everything, good cells and bad cells. But the new drug was starting to actually kill all of the cancer. So I do have x-rays, but I'm not going to show this on the speech tonight, and if you'd like to contact me to get copies of those x-rays, I can definitely show you. But within 45 days, the new drug was actually taking an impact. And I'm here standing here today telling you that my father is still alive, 5 years cancer-free. And during this whole time frame of the devastation that was happening with my father said, I believe in you. and I know that you are going to do good things with your life, and you're going to have a major impact. And so when you hear other people say, I believe in you, know that that is a word, and that you can so believe in that community. Because when you have people that believe in you, you know that you have something to stand on, and you have something to support your life with. And then you can continue to build from there. One of the other things that my father did when he was very sick, and he was very, very frail, there was a bird that had hit the window. My father has this huge glass room that he sat in watching the birds come in, and anyways, this bird hit the window. And I thought it broke its neck, and I thought, okay, here we go, Lord. Whatever this is, I'm going to go outside, grab the bird, and I put it in my dad's hand. And I put it in my dad's hand, and he held it, and I have pictures of him holding the bird, and he said, this bird's not broken, this bird's going to fly, and this is going to be you. And within a minute, the bird started twitching, and within another minute, the bird's heart was pumping, and the bird set free, and he said, honey, this is you. This is you, and how you're going to move forward with your life. So, how has this experience changed my life? It's number one, believing in something that's much bigger than who you are, believing in something that is much bigger than what we can be ourselves, and believing in somebody that may not be here tomorrow, but knowing that if we can make an impact in someone's life today, that tomorrow can make a better difference for someone else. I'm not sure if this is the full 7 minutes. I'm not sure if this is going to be the biggest impact that I can make, but I know that this experience has definitely changed my life, and I thank you for taking the time to hear it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So they're not there anymore, but they were there. Okay, so there you go. How's that? So, I
It's
exposed you.
fantastic. It's kind of very interesting,